Hi, welcome back. Have you been on the hunt for a simple yet very effective full moon ritual, or just something you can do in a time where you feel like you would like to release some thought patterns, release some beliefs, release some energy that's no longer serving you? Well, stay tuned because I may have just the thing for you. Welcome back to Say Yes to You. On this channel, I do love offering you some tips and tricks that you can use that'll be of high value to you if you are the kind of person who's interested in personal development, you're interested in evolving spiritually. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. So now, back to this really easy, deceptively easy, I would say, ritual that you can engage in. So many of us know that the full moon can be a time where emotions are running high. You may find that you're a little more sensitive to different energies that are floating out there. And it really is a wonderful time for introspection to look into yourself and really begin to look at different things that are no longer serving you. Maybe there are some belief systems, maybe there are some thought patterns, some behaviors that may be in the way of you progressing. So I am the kind of person who, always kept diaries as a child. Now I call them my journals. So I do enjoy, writing as a way of releasing, as a way of expressing myself. So the ritual that I'm going to offer you today is really, really simple, but oh, so effective. So what I would suggest is to get a piece of paper, not necessarily something that you're already keeping as a journal, something that's going to be disposable to you. So get yourself some sheets of paper. If you're feeling fancy, you can use, different colored sheets of paper. You can use different colored pens or pencils, whatever you like. Just a writing implement and something to write on is all that you need. So what you're going to do is, again, we're working on that introspection, looking in at yourself. So maybe what you do is do a quick meditation. Perhaps you just do some breathing, some deep breathing, but do something to allow yourself to calm down, something to become still. And in the stillness, you're going to ask yourself, what is it that I'm working on as it pertains to myself or my goals? What's happening for me right now? More specifically, what may be in the way of me really moving forward? It could be something like procrastination. Maybe it's the amount of effort. Maybe it's your belief in the goal. Maybe it's your belief in yourself, whatever the case may be. But you're going to look into yourself and figure out what is something that I'm ready to release. And be aware that when we have these behaviors, these habits that on the surface seem like they are hindrances, they're barriers, they're in the way of you moving forward, please understand that it is a coping mechanism. You are doing the thing that you're doing because it's keeping you safe. Case in point, procrastination. Procrastination is an effective tool in protecting yourself, because what the procrastination is doing is keeping you away from whatever the goal is. There may be a part of you that feels like, I can't do it. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like, if I do it, what does that mean about me? Just take a look and see what it is that you're procrastinating about. It's actually a protective mechanism, a coping mechanism. There's a reason that the procrastination, is there. So you're looking into yourself, you're looking to see what is the thing that I'm ready to release. If it's procrastination, just as an example, acknowledge yourself for that self-protection. Thank yourself for having that wisdom to protect you from whatever it is that you are putting off, because it was a protective mechanism. It was something that was helpful for you at that time, but now you may feel like, I'm ready to move forward. You're ready to move forward. So you thank yourself for putting that into place to protect you, but now you're ready to release it and move forward. So on the piece of paper, I would write procrastination, the different this may or may not be challenging, but really it is deep work. What I would challenge you to do is look and see how the procrastination was actually useful to you. What is it that you got to avoid from procrastinating? What was the payoff for you? What did you get to avoid? Again, that really requires a lot of, what's the word? A lot of self-reflection, a lot of honesty, a lot of vulnerability. It's a challenge, but I feel like the kind of people who are going to find their way to this type of content, you're ready for the challenge. You're up for the challenge. And what I would say is whatever comes to the forefront of your mind is something that you're ready to move through. So just, be gentle with yourself. Allow just this notion that I'm ready for this. So you're writing down what is it that's the hindrance, what is it that's the barrier. You're thanking yourself. And how did this thing serve me? How did it serve me? You write those things down. And you may find that you are becoming emotional as you're even acknowledging these things to yourself and writing them down. In being able to connect with the emotion and being able to write these things down, that's part of the release. The emotions that you're allowing to come up is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So just allow that. So you're writing things down, you're writing things down. What you're going to do then with that piece of paper is you can burn it, you can tear it up into tiny pieces and bury it. Maybe you have one of my videos, I showed you all my beautiful mango tree who is now producing beautiful mangoes this season. You can plant it, you can turn it back over to the earth, you can light it on fire, you can shred it, flush it down the toilet, whatever you want to do. But part of the destruction of that piece of paper is also the releasing of that particular personality trait or characteristic. So allow yourself to feel and connect with it's done. It's released. I'm ready to move forward. So what I would say as part of that ritual is just creating some space for that acknowledgement of yourself. By the time you are ready to release it, you've already done some spectacular self-work. You're honest with yourself, you're vulnerable, you're confronting of yourself and your ego. It's beautiful. Create space to acknowledge yourself for all of this. And once that part of the ritual is finished, part 2 is the things that you're now ready for. I would say on a beautiful piece of paper, maybe this is what's in your journal even, go to your journal and begin to write all of the ways that you're ready to move forward towards those goals. What are the things that you are now prepared to replace that tool of procrastination is the example that I'm running with. What are you willing to now implement? It could be when I sense that I'm putting something off, I'm going to be more mindful. It could be I'm going to allow space for that desire for procrastination, but in that space, I'm doing something to pump myself up. I'm doing something to motivate myself. I'm doing something to hype myself up to know, yes, you're ready for it. Keep going, keep going. So in your journal, you're writing down what it is that you are now willing to use in the place of that less desirable quality trait, right? Because once you have gotten rid of something, it's not enough to simply get rid of it, no longer use it. You have to replace it with something else. So in your journal, you're writing down all of the beautiful things that you're willing to do, you're going to do, and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself with some, music. Celebrate yourself with a dance. Celebrate yourself with wouldn't it be fantastic? You started off the meditation, you end your ritual after writing down, you end your ritual with a new meditation visualization where you're seeing yourself using this new skill, this new effective, beautiful, productive skill that you've replaced the thing that was no longer serving you. See yourself doing that. Oh my goodness. You're really, really setting yourself off. Okay. if you like this this idea as a full moon ritual, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what did you think? Is this something that you've considered before? Is this something that you think you might use? Let me know what you think. And again, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye.